Hello, this is week 4. And this week we're going to really focus on writing your research question, the big overall umbrella question, and your sub questions, the ones that you are going to use as you're doing your lit review. There are a couple of good articles to read. There's a website to go to, and you're going to have lots and lots of information. Again, everyone has to come up with their own research question that's comfortable for them, but it's always good to see what other people have written. And at this point, I hope everyone's got a pretty good idea of where they're going with their research. You've had some time to look at the library website, you've had time to review Google Scholar, and I'm hoping that that is helpful to you in finalizing your decision. So, when you're looking at an article and you're trying to decide, is this really an article that's going to be helpful for me? Always consider the audience that it was written for. Look at the review process. You definitely want articles that are peer reviewed. Currency is, how old is it? We try to keep our articles for theses and papers as like theses current. And anything that's less than 10 years is really considered pretty current. Every now and then there is an article that's so important, and it may be 20 years old, who knows, or 30, but it's so important that you want to include it, and that's fine. And if you include something like that, make sure you explain why you included something that old. And then always look at the very end of the article and see who funded it. If money was used to conduct the research, then sometimes the results might be skewed in a certain direction. It doesn't mean that it's a bad research study. It doesn't mean it's a bad article, but you have to be aware of that. So if that's the case, make sure that you mention it in your writing, because that's just something to make you take note. And then perspective. Does the author have a particular perspective towards one point or another? Interesting to note, and sometimes you can tell exactly where the author of the article stands. So the thesis statement, that's just really a broad assertion about your topic, no more than one paragraph in length, and it offers an opinion or stand on your topic and gives the reader some idea of where you stand. It doesn't offer a conclusion. It just tells the reader where you may be standing on this particular topic. And when you're completing your final draft of your thesis, you will want to place your thesis statement somewhere near the end of the introduction. Doesn't have to be at the very end. I personally prefer having the research question and sub questions at the very end. Um, so the research question is really a verifiable claim that either supports or disproves the validity of the thesis statement. It guides you as you are doing your research. And that should be at the end of the introduction and at the beginning of methodology section. So, thesis statement, I gave you an example of a thesis statement from my own writing and also my research questions. Just, I always like to see what other people have done. It gives me an idea of where I need to be going. If you have any questions about this particular week's work, please feel free to send me an email. I'll be happy to set up a Zoom visit with you. Hope you have a wonderful week. Bye bye.